Africa didn't suddenly become good at the World Cup in 2022. They've been fighting for a place in the Final Four for over half a century. Now, for most of World Cup history, Africa weren't just underestimated, they were essentially locked out. In the first 8 World Cups, only one African nation ever qualified, Egypt, in 1934. It wasn't until 1970 that Africa got a direct World Cup spot. And even that came after a boycott by African nations in 1966 when FIFA refused to give them a direct spot due to logistical reasons. After a few World Cups of getting used to the atmosphere, in 1990, Cameroon shook the world. They topped a group that included reigning world champions Argentina, defeating them 1-0 with 2 players sent off. That led them to the quarterfinals against England, where they were heavily underestimated, but 2-1 up until the 83rd minute, on the brink of becoming the first African semi-finalists ever. Then Gary Lineker scored the penalty, and he scored another in extra time. Africa's first shot at the semis? Gone. 12 years later, another chance. Senegal defeated reigning champions France to reach the quarterfinals. By that point, they were exhausted, making the fewest amount of substitutions in the tournament. Still, they held Turkey until extra time, where they would lose to the now abolished silver goal. So close, but not enough yet again. Now, 8 years later, I don't even need to explain this one. Asamoah Gyan, Luis Suarez. Ghana against Uruguay, a last-minute penalty to make history for Africa at the first ever African World Cup, crossbar. And just like that, the African dream was gone. So when Morocco reached the semi-finals in 2022, it wasn't the success of just one nation, it was a release. It was a breakthrough. It was a door that Africa had been knocking on for decades. And now heading into 2026, with the AFCON just a few days away, the continent looks deeper than ever. Africa, always underestimated yet always dangerous. Now the question isn't whether Africa belongs at the top level anymore. I mean, most World Cup winning nations have a lot of African origin players. It's whether 2026 can bring them closer or remind us just how cruel football can be.